Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about bullet journaling, specifically how to start a bullet journal. Now, I've been meaning to do a bullet journal for quite some time. I mentioned it in my 22 things I want to do while I'm 22 video. Wow, that is a mouthful. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go and check it out. I will have it right here. But I thought it was the perfect time to start the bullet journal since the new year just rolled around and my old planner finished. So I got a bullet journal and started bullet journaling, and I thought I would bring you guys on the journey with me and just talk about the things that I found out were really helpful and give you guys some tips if you want to start out and just share my knowledge on how to start a bullet journal. Now, first of all, if you don't know what a bullet journal is, basically it's a system on how to create your own customizable planner. And there's a video explaining the basics of the bullet journal that you can go and watch. I would highly recommend it just to kind of get a feel for the concept, and it just explains everything way better than I ever could. So I would recommend watching that first. Having said that, there are tons and tons of ways you can use the bullet journal. So many people have started it and kind of made it their own thing, and some use it more in a simplistic way, just as a planner and to-do list. Other people get really creative with it and draw beautiful things in it and do a lot of hand lettering. And other people even glue in some photos and use it more as a scrapbook. There are tons of ways, which is the beauty of the bullet journal, is that you can customize it to your own needs and make it whatever you want. So I would recommend watching as many videos as you feel like to get a feel for what you can do with it. And since there are so many videos out there, I actually created a playlist with some of my favorite videos that I just found really helpful, and I will have the playlist in the info box if you want to go and check that out. It's just a really good place to get started, and then you can always watch more videos if you want to. Now, something I would recommend doing while watching those videos is to take notes of the things that you like. If you see a page that you think is a really good idea and you want that in your bullet journal, write down the name of the page or what you want to be on it, or you can even take some screenshots for referencing it later and kind of create a little mood board and just write down the things that you really like. This will come in really handy when you set up your own bullet journal later on. After watching what feels like a million videos, it is time to think about what you want from your bullet journal. If you have any other ideas for pages, write that down. If you maybe have seen something in another planner that you thought is really cool, write it down. Just kind of gather all of your information and think about what you want from your bullet journal. Having said that, don't stress over having the perfect layout right from the start. The beauty of the bullet journal is that you can add things as you go, and your ideas and needs of the bullet journal probably are going to change throughout the year. So don't worry about having to set it up in one setting. You're going to keep adding to it, and it's going to change as the year progresses. So just think about kind of the things that you want from it now, and then if you want to change up things later, that's totally fine. That is what the bullet journal is for. And the last step before actually setting up the bullet journal is to go through the list, through your mood board, and just pick out the things that you want in your bullet journal. As I said, you don't have to have the perfect layout just yet. You can leave some pages that you add later on in the year, but just pick out the things from your notes that you think will benefit you and will fit into your bullet journal, and you can write them down. If you're a bit of an organizational nerdy freak like I am, you can even draw out the layout of it before and kind of see what pages you want to go where, but you don't have to do that. That is totally optional. And that is everything. Now you can grab your bullet journal and go ahead and get journaling. And if you want to see what I have in my planner and the setup that I came up with, I'm just gonna go over to my desk and show you that real quick. So this is my bullet journal. I have the Leuchtturm 1917, which is the one that most people use, but I actually have the unlined version, so I have more freedom with setting it up. And then whenever I do need some sort of guidance, it comes with this paper that has grid on one side and lines on the other, so that is really helpful when I set it up. And then what I also really like is the back pocket. I can keep some stickers in here, or as of right now, I just have a list with all of the pens and stuff that I'm using, but I'm gonna show you those after I flip through my bullet journal. So starting out, we have my index, which is where I keep track of all of my pages, and I can just add them when I set them up. This isn't the most neat looking, but it definitely works for me, and I just need to see where everything is. So that's there in the front, and then I just can keep adding things as the year goes on. And then the first actual page is my key. So I use a combination of the original bullet journal system and then also some colors, so I can color coordinate things with like uni, work, free time, and all of that stuff. And then I have a blank page here where I'm gonna put a quote, but I haven't really decided on which one I'm gonna put there yet, so I still have to set that up. And then the next pages are my goals and my bucket list. This might be familiar because these are all of the ones that I mentioned in my 22 things I want to do while I'm 22 video. So if you have seen that, then you will probably recognize most of these. And then next up, I have my year overview. This is kind of my version of the future log. And I find this better for me because I can see all of the months and then I can put down things here. And then when I set up my month, I can just refer to this page, see what I put down, and then set it up in my monthly spread instead. I think the future log is a bit too spread out for me, and this is just a quick overview of the year, and that I found really helpful. And then next I have my books and movies. As you can see, I still have to set up that as well. I left some books empty just because these are the ones that I thought of right now, and then whenever I read a book I can just color it in, although these are actually ones that I've listened to because I'm on a bit of a time crunch. I like to listen to books rather than read them, but yeah, that's just for now. And I have a list of TV shows that I need to set up as well. And then this is my social media page, so I can keep up with my followers and subscribers. I know it's not about the numbers at all, but I just think that's like a really good way to kind of keep track of your growth. And then I can also put down some milestones. I recently hit 5,000 subscribers. That's so exciting. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. That totally means so much to me. Moving on to my next page, I have a world map. So I colored in all the countries that I've been to so far, and I have some travel goals or travel destinations that I really want to go to. I'm actually going to 2 of them this year, which is really exciting. And then I have some more places in Berlin that I either want to go to or have been to that I might mention in future videos. So I just keep track of some cool places in Berlin. And then I have my year in pixels and year memory page. So whenever something cool happens, I will put it as a memory, as a little drawing on this page. And then I color in every single day in this one. So by the end of the year, I'll just have like a really cool, colorful overview of my year. I thought that was really cool. And I saw this on Pinterest and completely fell in love with the concept. And the next pages are a gift list and a wish list. So whenever I can think of something that I want, I can put it down here. And when I think of something to give to someone for their birthday or Christmas, I can just put it down here. And when that rolls around, I have something that I can reference. So I thought that was a really good idea. Next, I have my video ideas and a never-ending to-do list. I can always add to both of these. So I've actually left the next pages blank so I can just continue these lists onto here. And then I just have some more blank pages for notes whenever I need to write down something. And then this is my monthly overview. So here we have January. I really like this layout. I can put down some goals and to-do lists for the month, and then I can just put down deadlines, everything with uni, birthdays, and everything as an overview of the month. I really like the system. And then after that, we have my something good in a day to just have a more positive outlook on life. I write down something good that happens every single day, and then when I have a really cool memory that's stuck with me and I want to remember, I put it on this page. I'm really proud of how it turned out. I think it looks quite pretty. I'm really impressed with myself with this one, so I'm really happy that I have this kind of page to see some of the things that happened in January. And then I have something that's also very popular in the bullet journal is a habit tracker, mood tracker. I also put down a productivity tracker and a sleep tracker. As you can see, I'm slowly trying to shift my sleep schedule into the line window, but yeah, that's still a work in progress. And this is my weekly setup. So I have to-do lists for every single day, and then a to-do list that I write down in the beginning of the week, and then I can just transfer things from this column into the individual dates. And then I also put down some goals to keep me motivated for the week. And as you can see, I'm not really too fussy with the weekly setup. So I do use Tibex and X out things when the system doesn't work. Here I had a lot of things to do, so I just kind of shifted that layout and just Tibexed over things. So I'm not really too fussy with the way that looks, but yeah, it just needs to work. That's basically what I want from this bullet journal, is I need it to work. And this is actually a little quote that I stole from my friend Mary on Twitter, so you should totally follow her. She makes really awesome videos as well. And yeah, I have a current projects page for things with uni so that I can keep track of the semester because I have a lot going on, and a production list for my short film. And then we move on into February, which is the current monthly spread. So again, overview, to-do list, goals. I added a spending list for the month to keep track of what I'm spending my money on. I think this is really helpful. And then again, something good in a day. I didn't write out the layout just yet, just because I found when I have a bit more things to write down, I don't want to mess out my entire layout. So I'm just going to keep adding the things as they happen. And then I haven't really set up my track yet. Still need to do that. And then we have this week's spread for the weekly spread. And that is everything that I've set up so far. So yeah, I'm really happy with my setup. Like I said, I really like the unlined pages. It gives me more freedom, but if you want more of a guidance, then you can get the dotted or gridded one depending on what your preferences are. And now I'm just gonna show you real quick what pencils and tools that I use for my bullet journal. So everything that is made with color was done with these Tombow dual brush pens. I have quite the collection, and I really like how they have the brush tip on one side and then a fine tip on the other. And I have quite a few, as I said, and I just keep adding to the collection as the year progresses. So I probably will have a bunch of colors by the end of the year. And then everything that is done in black is done with these micron pens. I have a bunch of different tip sizes, so I can do like really fine lines and bigger lines. And I've been using these for uni projects for the past year, so I really like the way that they flow. And as my main pen, I have the Stabilo .88 fine liner. I've been using this for over 10 years and I'm an absolute fan of these. I have every single color, but the black one is just what I use to like write down everything as I go. And that was my bullet journal and how to get started with the bullet journal. Give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and let me know if you actually have a bullet journal or if you're interested in bullet journaling now after watching this video. And if you have any other questions or things to add to the conversation, make sure to leave it in the comments below, or you can always tweet me, and I will see you guys in my next video.